to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Owen Hayes. You're watching Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented to you by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. And to all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day to you. I hope you have a great day planned with you and your family. I hope you can get out and avoid some of the rain that we might have around, but it doesn't seem like we're going to have that much. Shouldn't be a washout today, so you can still have some fun out there with your Mother's Day celebration. So today, though, as always, we got a ton. We are absolutely buried, but we do have a little bit of time to take a phone call or two. Call us up on that North American Metals hotline. It's 503-548-6777. Questions, comments, like always, you go first if you have a live report. So if you're out there somewhere on the water, in the woods, whatever it might be, if you've got a live report, you go to the front of the line, so don't be shy with that. We got that time here in this segment and maybe a little in the upcoming. But first guest in studio is Eric Winther from the Pikeminnow Reward Program. Eric has been on the show many times over the years. We've been able to partner with the Pikeminnow Reward Program for, I don't even know, Eric, geez, well over 10 years now. And it's a great, great program that helps our salmon and steelhead smolts get out to the saltwater. And we're going to talk today about what is currently going on. So if you are actually participating in this fishery, number one, we really do appreciate you taking the time and giving you that opportunity to earn some money at the same time. But we appreciate you taking that time to do it. We're going to talk about what's happening right now, where most of the fish are being caught, what stations are the most active, and give you some insight on how things are going early on in this season. Also, we're going to have a segment with Eric to talk about the preferred way to go after them for most folks, no matter where you are up and down the Columbia. And it's a very, very simple rigging. Yesterday at the boat launch that I was at in particular, I had a chance to talk to a couple of folks that were chasing pike minnow. One of them asked about different ways to target them. This will answer that question. It's very, very simple in the big picture of things. There's always intricacies on how you're going to target any species of fish, location, depth line, temperature, all these things come into play, but the right rigging is a great place to start. So we'll definitely cover that with Eric when we have him on. Then we have a package that we like to call it, a quick segment that we're going to show you from Chevy Silverado. Also, we've got Mr. Dave Ing. Now, yes, we had Dave Ing. He's the owner-operator of Fishing Guide Service. We had him on just a little bit ago to talk about spring Chinook fishing. Well, today, I wanted to talk to him about chasing sturgeon. Now, we got a lot of options that are out there, from chasing kokanee around trout in all kinds of different lakes, pike minnow, and of course, spring Chinook. But what gets overlooked is one of the funnest fisheries that we have around here, and that is catch and release sturgeon on the Willamette. Now, he loves to go after these things with his clients. Spring Chinook season can be a little fickle, and when you have that chance just to let your clients pull on some fish, sturgeon is a great way to do it. And this time of year, when it is Lake Willamette, it can be very difficult. You might see them on your electronics. You might know that they're down there, but they might not bite, right? It can be a very frustrating thing, again, especially if you know that they're there. But we'll get some insight from Dave on how he likes to go after them, and again, just have some fun. It's just a great way to, it's called fishing, and if you can catch a bunch, that's a lot of fun. Anyway, so we're going to have that opportunity to check in with Dave here in a little bit. But looks like we do have a phone call coming in. Is that right, Ryan? I can't really see it. I got something else on the screen. Should we take Phil right now before we get to the photos? All right, let's talk to Phil. Phil is from Canby. He's got a question about big game something. I can't really see it, so we'll find out together. Phil, what you got for everybody this morning? Good morning, Phil.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing well, sir.
Good. I don't know what happened yesterday. I was at a board meeting at Franklin, but on the alumni. But just a quick reminder that May 15th is coming up rapidly, and if viewers haven't put in for their big game tags, they best do it now before the 15th. So just a quick reminder.
Great reminder. I've got that on my list today to share as well. I need to do that. I'm leaving tomorrow for a couple of days to go chase some trout around and go fly fishing, believe it or not, everyone. But got to get it done before I leave. So make sure you get all your stuff done as well. Don't be the last minute, although I think we've probably all done it. Kenny, we got to get it done. Phil, thank you, sir, for the reminder. We appreciate that as always, sir. You have a great weekend. Okay, let's start showing you some of the photos that you've all been sending over, and there's been a bunch. We even have a video, from what I understand, in here this morning. And look at that, first springer of 2025. Randy, congrats on that. I'll have my report this upcoming segment on how things went for me, but it's nice to see some photos and some folks having some success out there. Look at that. Whoa. Willamette walleye from the bank. Now that is cool. I wonder if that's what he was targeting or if that was a bycatch. Keith, either way, that's at least 3 or 4 tacos, and you saved a whole bunch of salmon. Well worth it. One of my favorite fish to go after. Another nice springer. Oh, Drano Lake fish. George Garcia sent this over. You might wonder, how do you know that that's Drano? Well, it's pretty obvious. Kind of see the toilet bowl kind of going down the drain, right? Sitting there. I'm kidding for all those folks that spend time fishing there. Ginny's Lower Columbia Springer. Jason, thanks for sending it in. Another nice one. Most of the fish I saw get caught, believe it or not, saw a few fish get caught yesterday. Well, I guess I'll save it for this. They were pretty small, which can be frustrating. Jim, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Fish is a fish these days. Jim sent this over from the lower channel. Another nice hatchery fish. We love those hatchery fish, by all means. Great photo too. Beautiful day that day. Oh, here's another great one. Rogue River Springer. I have got to get, I get bugged constantly from a couple buddies of mine down there. That is one fishery that, I don't know if I could call it, I don't know enough about it, so maybe I shouldn't even say it, but they have a pretty darn good fishery down there that they need to protect. They need to do whatever they can to keep the people that don't want that stuff going on away from it. Look at that. An alligator gar, everyone. Another bucket list fish. When I was a kid, I remember reading a book, and one of the fish in there was the alligator gar, and I looked at my dad, and I was like, do we have these here? Luckily, no. But in the end, I'd love to catch one. Look at that. That's pretty cool. What a cool fish. Definitely not something you want to put your hands in the mouth of. Solo Willamette Limit. I'm going to tell you right now, that is a ton of fun. It's only happened a handful of times in the last few years for me, and it definitely a good one, especially when you get on the bubble. Remember talking about get the first fish in the boat, now you're on the bubble? Here's a good one. Throwback 1965. David Bond sent this in. Boy lands a 30-pounder. Look at that. I wonder where he was. If it was the Willamette or the Columbia or whatever it may have been. Very, very cool coast. Don't get to see 30-pounders much anymore. They're around, from what I hear. I haven't seen one in quite a while. Here's a video for everyone. Oh, bank fishing. Dan sent this over. Look at that. Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, if you haven't gone plunking for Chinook, it is one of the funnest things. Look at that. Nice fish, Dan. Congratulations. Well done. Thanks for sending that over. It is certainly one of my favorite ways to go after them, and very, very viable right now in the right areas on a number of different locations. It's the Fox 12 app. It's free. Download it when you do so. It'll run you right down the line of how you can upload those photos and videos so that you can get on the air every Saturday and Sunday as well. Now, should we take Mike's call real quick after we get through Abby's? All right, Abby's, don't forget, GPS@abby's.com. You need to enter in each week, and whoever wins a giant pizza, and yep, every day I say we love them. I love the leftovers. It's one of those pizzas, if you haven't had Abby's, that you can be very confident the leftovers the next day is still super good, and you know what I'm talking about. You can have a great pizza the night of, and then the next morning, not that great leftover. Not Abby's, at least in my opinion. That's my own personal opinion. I don't need the emails. Don't forget to send Jason an email at procure.com, and you'll also have a chance to win a prize pack from Procure, and we appreciate Abby's and Procure for doing giveaways for us. We appreciate that. And don't forget, the CCA has an upcoming meeting that you can get in on as well. It's Tuesday, May 13th. I believe it's over the phone. It's a Zoom call, excuse me. Easy to do and very informative like they always do. All right, real quickly before we get too far, we've got Mike from Grande. Number one, Mike, Grande is one of the places that I have wanted to live my whole life. Just have not been able to figure it out. I love that part of the world for a number of different reasons. But it looks like you had a chance to go fishing with Austin Mosier. How'd it go?
It was great. We limited out on the triploids, started out on the walleye early.
Yeah.
And they were a little funky. We got about 4 or 5. Right off the bat, I caught 3 of those Pikeminnows, and we dispatched them pretty quick. But then we went up and hit the triploids, and, man, we just popped them left and right. They ran from about 3 to 6 pounds, and it was a great day. I
bet it was. Were you able to take a couple of them home?
Oh, yeah. We took 8 fillets, and those were the triploids, and we had about 4 fillets of the walleye.
Oh, man, what a perfect day. I mean, you're talking a lot of, when we're over here on the west side, we talk about making groceries in the saltwater. You can make almost as good, if arguably better, in some cases. Again, well, maybe I'm stretching a little bit there. But when you got walleye and triploids, because by the way, those triploids, people compare them to Columbia River springers all the time because they're delicious, and it goes without saying that walleye are as well. Mike, thanks for calling and sharing. When were you out with them? Was it recently?
Yeah, it was the 23rd of April, and I want to say Austin's a great guy, I tell you.
That's all we hear from him. I mean, everybody says the same thing. Got a big smile and a big heart and a lot of fun to fish with, from what we understand.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll get out there with him. Mike, thanks for the phone call, sir. We appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
You bet, sir.